Hi, and welcome to another episode of Marriott MBA Today. I'm your host, Frank Cho, and I'm here today with Daniel Jimenez, who's the Career Services Student Spotlight candidate this month, who received 3 different internship offers. And we all know a lot of work goes into finding internships. So Daniel, tell us about some of the work that you put into getting an internship offer.
Yeah, absolutely, Frank. It was a lot of work for sure. I think primarily research was a big part of it, just learning about different companies, what companies I feel like I'd be a good fit in, and what companies would be looking for my background. In addition to research, I did a lot of working on my career skills with my Sherpa, the second-year MBA that's been helping me out, polishing up my resume, my interviewing skills, networking skills. Carlos has been a big help. And thirdly, I would say just networking has been probably the bulk of my time that I've put in, speaking with people at these companies and understanding what it's like to work there. And altogether, I think over the 3 months that I've been here in the program looking for an internship, I've put in over 250 hours looking for my internship.
Wow. So that's a lot of time and a lot of work. And beyond just doing the regular legwork on your own, having a solid network in place can make a really big difference. So tell me a little bit of the things that you did to build up that network.
Yeah, absolutely. Networking, it's been a lot of work, but you can do it through a couple different ways that I've found. One is online, so using LinkedIn, that's a great tool that most people know about. Using LinkedIn to contact previous BYU MBAs, people within the network that I might not know, but I know people who know them that can introduce me to them that are at these companies that I'm looking at. Reaching to people through in-mails on LinkedIn has been really effective as well. Outside of LinkedIn, tapping my own personal network with people that are maybe a little bit further into their careers that might not be on LinkedIn, people who have been very successful in that field or industry who can reach out into their network to connect me or just give me general advice has been a big help as well.
Awesome. And you've seen some good results from that so far.
Absolutely.
That's great to hear. So to get all of these offers, you've obviously been interviewing a lot. So what's some of the research that you've done to be able to learn about the companies that you're going to meet with?
Yeah, so on the research side of things, I started before I came back to school in the summer using lists of previous internships that BYU MBAs have gone on over the past 5 years and aligning people's previous experience. I myself am a mechanical engineer. I did my undergrad here at BYU in engineering, and so I wanted to see who has gone through this program with an engineering background like myself, what companies have they gone to try and see these trends so I could narrow the scope of the companies that I was going to apply to, because I wanted to make sure I was applying to companies that would be interested in my background. So researching through previous BYU MBAs and reading about companies on different websites. So Glassdoor.com has been really helpful to get a candid insight into what people who are currently working at the company think of the company. Vault.com is an example of a website that does a lot of industry research about companies as well. And in networking, talking to people on the phone about not only people who work at the company currently, but people who maybe have recently left, so I can get more of an open and honest answer about what it's really like to work there.
Those are some awesome sources to learn about companies. One place a lot of people don't think to look is the BYU Library website. Has a lot of databases where you can look and do industry and company-specific research and gain a lot of information there. So I'm sure that you're really skilled about the interview process. So now, why don't you tell me about a time where you had to make a difficult decision?
Yeah, so interviewing skills, I would say, just hitting the basics and doing interviewing, like being confident, using stories that really talk about specific things you've done, all things that the Sherpa program has taught us. Doing the basics have really helped. But in terms of a difficult decision I've had to make recently has been the choice of among the 3 different offers that I have, what choice I was going to make for my full-time or my internship offer for next summer. These 3 options were very different. They're in different industries and different roles, and so it didn't really come down to compensation or geographical location as much as it was what I wanted to do full-time. Being a career changer, it was an important step for me in choosing the right internship, and ultimately what has helped me the most in making the right decision, I feel, has been the networking and talking to people at these companies. And in the instance of the one company that I'm going to, I've spoken with maybe over 10 current employees in that group to really get to know them, to feel how I interact with them on the phone, what kind of work are they currently doing, and what kind of work can I expect to do next summer. And that has really helped me fill in the picture of what next summer might be like for me, and that's been the biggest help in choosing the right internship for me.
Well, awesome. Congratulations on the offers.
Thanks.
And being able to accept that. But a lot of our viewers are still out there looking, so what kind of advice would you give to your classmates and our viewing audience on what to do to be able to land that internship?
So the one piece of advice I feel that I could give that has been most effective for me is just exuding confidence in the interview. When you talk to people, maybe before the interview, when you arrive, or especially during the interview, be confident in yourself and know that you deserve to be there interviewing for that position just as much as the person before you or the person interviewing after you. The BYU brand is a great brand. People really respect it. And you're qualified to be there, and the interviewers want to see confidence. They want to see someone who carries themselves well and can communicate clearly, and I feel that focusing on that as much as any of the other aspects of the interview, I think, has been half the battle. So that's one piece of advice I'd give.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Daniel, for being here with us and sharing some of your knowledge, and thank you for joining us on this edition of Marriott MBA Today.